Hi there, welcome to the Beaten Trail. Come join us as we return to the Spring 2024 Tar Hollow ATV ride. Hey everybody, Mike from the Beaten Trail. We are, I don't know, about 40 minutes out from Tar Hollow, and we're looking forward to a great weekend. We're going to meet Alec and Rich up there and do some camping and some riding. Believe it or not, I have the Honda with me. We had to get a new truck. Probably another hour we'll get up there. We'll do some riding tomorrow, camping, cooking, eating, drinking, you name it. So stay tuned. The Beaten Trail is sponsored by Ride Royal Blue ATV Resort in Pioneer, Tennessee, where all of your Tennessee adventures begin. Lodging for any budget, bring your RV, or stay in a cabin. Trails are attached to the resort and not a far drive on ATV legal pavement, so stop down at Ride Royal Blue in Tennessee. And the Potter County ATV UTV Club, combining ATV and UTV recreation in North Central PA with community service. Here at Tar Hollow, and everybody's getting in. Got our shirts. Thank you very much, everybody, Tar Hollow team, for getting us all settled and in here. As you can see, everybody's getting lined up, signed in, showing the insurance. I got to get unloaded. Honda's here, new truck, new Dodge Ram, well, 2021 at least, and we're all set. When I say kids, I mean the kids, and then of course we got the Richmobile, the world famous Yamaha YXZ 3-pedaler. We got some Yamahas, and I got our Hondas. Mine the dirty one, and Alec is the clean one. As always, the upper lot is reserved for campers, people who are staying over either in an RV or a tent and will be riding more than one day. The lower lot is used for daily riders, and you can still get to all the trails and the food shack and everything else that you may need in the upper lot. All the trails are interconnected. Let's see what we have, but the next day, we had some breakfast, and pretty much the rides were ready to go, but we were just getting ready for a full day on the trails, and so the grills were going with breakfast. Stir the coffee to wake up. Everything is organized very well. We headed out to the trails, and everything was marked. Every year it changes up a little bit, but they do a great job in providing excellent trails that are new and fresh. And please hit the subscribe and the thumbs up button and turn on the notification bell so you can be notified of all of our new episodes. As always, the trails have an assortment of muddy and some water crossings, as well as some long straightaways and some rock climbing. We are never disappointed at Tar Hollow, and no matter what kind of ride you have, you will enjoy it. You can either take the green trail, which is pretty much the easier level, or you can break off to a blue. Now be advised, some of the blue trails may not be fully comfortable for an ATV or for younger children, as some of the hills are a little bit on the high side. But regardless, everything is marked very well, and there's over 20 miles of trails, probably a lot more than that. And we met a lot of people out there who stopped us and said, "Hey, it's the Beaten Trail," and we handed out stickers and caught up with them and took some pictures. All of the trails are one way, regardless of difficulty, and if you need a little bit of cell service and you need your technology to communicate with the outside world, up at the flagpole you'll get a decent signal. There is no signal down in the camping lot. One of our friends took a tumble on his ATV. It's always a good reminder to strap the helmet on when you go riding off-road. Other than some broken plastics and some scrapes, he was okay.
You all right?
As always, we recommend that you ride with a group. We had several on side-by-sides and a few on ATVs, and we rode together in most cases, but broke off into smaller groups because we had some kids with us. But it's always good to ride with a group to make sure that there's someone there to help if you need any assistance. Some of the blue trails do have some pretty steep hills, and while they were fun and challenging, we did run into some people who needed a little assistance, so we helped out.
Let that go over. Understood. Okay.
Then it was Alex's turn, which he did it with no problem.
All right, I'm next. Trail, and this is Steve, part of the Tar Hollow team. We're up here at Tar Hollow, and this is an annual, sometimes twice a year event.
Right. Early days it was twice a year.
It's great for camping and riding, and without the Steves of the world and the whole Tar Hollow team, we wouldn't be able to have this weekend. So maybe just tell us a little bit about either how it got started or, you know, the continuing process of making this great event happen.
All right, well, sometime around 2012 or 13, I met the other main player in the Tar Hollow ATV world on a forum, ATVingPA.com, and we met up at a ride at Lost Trails, our first time ever being at Lost Trails. He described this property to me, and I had just become a member, unbeknownst to him. And since then, the history has been made. We used to follow, our early events were following an OK four-wheel drive Jeep event that used to be on the property. And we followed a week after them utilizing the same routes. And then when that kind of dropped off, Steve started laying out his own routes. And our first event, I don't remember the year, but our first official event, we had 22 people show up. Then we had 2 events a year early on, and we grew very rapidly from 22 up to our max, which was 680. This was a heavy weekend for us. We don't have the official number yet, but we think we're up in the 500 or 600 mark for this weekend after tomorrow's numbers, which is great. After COVID, we dropped off to 1 event a year, due to life and family and jobs and the amount of time and effort it took to travel up here to get ready for the events. The crew can only drop down to one event.
Takes a lot of prep, and I've joined you at least once.
Yes,
for
you have.
Where you chainsaw all the fallen logs
You've
and
seen
make
firsthand.
sure. Yeah,
Takes a couple of weekends.
it's a lot of work. Putting the signs up is probably twice as long as it takes to clean the trails up.
Exactly. Something new for this year. We tried a newer sign. We know that they kind of blend. We didn't realize when we put the signs up back in the early spring when there was no brush out there, that they would blend in once the trees came in.
Green
so we do
signs.
apologize for that. We're going to work on it. They're going to be marked permanently now. So like every other event, it'll be this route. Next time will be,
Okay.
we're going to mark out a different route or the reverse route, and we'll
Nice.
swap it back and forth. It's been wonderful working with the new landowners, the landowners' families. They've really stepped up in a big way, and you'll see some transitioning probably over the next few rides of us taking less of a role, and then the family and their friends taking more of a role. That's the goal, is to phase them into more activity and more part of the event itself.
Yep. One of the things that I can speak, at least from my friends and the Beaten Trail team, is you get a fresh set of trails every year, which we love. So like we ride Pennsylvania like many of our viewers do, and there's sharp rocks, it's bumpy. I mean, this is not super smooth, but it is manicured, new trails,
As
new
best we can.
direction, and there's going to be rocks, but it is just such a pleasure to, within the nice safety, you go a little faster than you would crawl.
Right, one way, it's pretty safe.
Yeah.
No, you're not expecting anyone to come back around a blind corner. Like I said, we really have to thank our landowner team. They put a lot of work into the property since last year. They've done a lot of logging, they've done a lot of clearing, a lot of smoothing out. It is a big piece of property for a small crew. So like I said, we know our downhills get a little washed out, and we apologize for that, but we do our best to go out and clear the logs, clear the branches, clear any, mark any unsafe areas. We do our best. We're not professionals, we're just a bunch of friends that like to ATV and like to ride.
And you do a great job, because we have a mix of ATV riders and side-by-side riders, and I ride the Honda. She's a little wide, maybe 70 inches with the tires, and it's anybody up to 72 is going to be able to fit.
Yeah,
really.
we saw some really wide machines.
It's just a great way to come up here. You bring your family up here. It's organized very well. I have to say, you guys all got radios and you know what you're doing. And this year we did a little early admission for people that were going to camp. No riding on Friday, but to get everyone organized, and I think it saved a lot of time.
Yeah, so far we're going to have an after action report with the whole crew and discuss. But I think it worked out okay. Yeah. It kind of took some of the stress off Saturday morning with the huge backups that we would get down the road, and get everybody a chance to get here and relax.
Yeah, and it gives you a chance to not have to rush with your gear. Exactly. And the campsite and everything else. Like you can do Friday night, the campsite, get everything, have food, get your rides ready, maybe, fuel up, and you're not rushing out at 8, 9, 10 in the morning. I don't even know, what time did the trails open this morning?
For the people who were staying here, we started letting them out at 8. Everybody else started trickling between 8:30 and 9.
Yep.
Like again, shout out to the landowner team they had firewood cut. They had ice available if people needed ice. Yep. They've expanded their menu incredibly since last year. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and the t-shirts are great too. So if you get on and you're going to come another time, I don't know if you'll have t-shirts and hats available after the event.
I don't know. That's one of the landowner responsibilities. So I haven't spoken to them yet, but I'll get the word out there. If there's some leftovers and we can get it going through the Facebook page.
Yeah, go to Tar Hollow ATV Ride on Facebook, and you can read about all the rules and regulations for next year. They may change a little bit.
Yeah, they always change a little bit.
But you should have your insurance and have your helmet and wear your seatbelt.
That's one thing I'd like to address. I know we were getting a lot of PMs this year that people are finding it difficult to find all of our info. We slow release it starting once we get the date, usually in the winter time, late winter, early spring. And then we slow release information and we put it in posts. There's no good way to release all of our information at once. It's just too much.
Yeah.
And we know some people had some difficulty finding some of the information on some of the older posts. So we apologize for that. We're going to look into it and see if there's a better way we can do it. so we can get all of the pertinent information out at one time.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go searching for it. So bear with us on that. Like I said, we're not professionals. We're just a bunch of friends that come up and go riding.
Yeah, it's a great event for family and friends, and you come out here and, you know, they're just to have 20 miles of one-way trails that are groomed and fresh and new, and you can enjoy them, get away from technology, no cell service here until you get up on the top of the flag pole. Great. We appreciate everything that Tar Hollow does, and we try to promote it as well. So if you see our videos, we have videos from a couple years ago. Look, we try to put some information there, and some of the regulatory stuff may change over the years. So don't use the 2022 video as God, but we'll try to put some of that out, and you know, we love coming back here every year.
Mike's page has been instrumental in getting the word out there for us. He is constantly sharing our content and constantly putting out little short reels, and he's always tagging us, and I see the traffic that they get. They've been very helpful, and so we really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you putting an event together that, you know, and in New York, it's very scarce to have places to ride. So we come from New Jersey, but it's great. We appreciate you put this together. So we want to help promote it and help it grow and help it continue. So
yeah, that's one thing. We know we had to raise the prices this year, but you wouldn't believe how difficult it is to get insurance in this state for off-road events. It's really bizarre how they treat this state. But
yeah, and I know insurance has gone up everywhere, but you know, you should have insurance anyway, but I know the event insurance is the big cost.
Right, getting the event insurance.
So buy the t-shirts, buy the hats. If they have any other merchandise that's open between rides, help support Tar Hollow and share it with all your friends, and we'll see you out there on the trail.
Yep. On behalf of the whole crew, we thank everybody. We thank you. We really thank our participants. The crew does it because we like to see the smiles, and Steve, our main trail guy, busts his butt, you know, out there. His wife busts her butt at the registration table. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Into another good year. We'll see you next trip.
I look forward to it.
Awesome.
We try to make it to all of the Tar Hollow events, and we recommend that you do as well, whether you have an RV or a tent, or you're just going to go up and ride for the day. The trails are great and you don't want to miss it. Please click on our Amazon links before you go shopping. It helps to support the channel. Big thanks again to the whole Tar Hollow team, as well as the landowners who allow us to ride on these great trails. Whether you have an ATV or a side-by-side, you owe it to yourself to get up there and ride all that Tar Hollow has to offer. Big thanks to our sponsors, Ride Royal Blue in Pioneer, Tennessee, the Potter County ATV UTV Club in Pennsylvania, as well as Lit Industries. We thank all of our sponsors and partners. Please reach out to them for more services. Be sure to go on our store and get some online merchandise. We appreciate you watching, and we hope to see you out there on the trail. Thanks.
Big shout out to Beaten Trail for helping me out here, getting the radiator clear. Alec, you too. Appreciate the help.
Anytime.
Just don't cross the streams.
That's what we call the buddy system.
Always be prepared. Always be prepared. Oh, triple action,
you got a
baby.
double stream.
Triple action.
No, you didn't thank Rich. Rich pissed on your radiator.
Rich did.
Get your over here.
I swear to God, he pissed on it.
Hey, listen, stop crossing the stream.